setting up, I'll start talking about what I'll be showing you. One of the top features on this device is the TouchWiz Samsung interface. And you've seen it on non-Windows mobile devices as well as Windows mobile devices now. For those of you who are not too familiar with it, let me just walk you through it. It is essentially a set of little applications, offline and online applications, that lets user customize their desktop and get the most out of the device with the minimum number of clicks. So this particular widget, it pops up anytime you have missed events. Now this widget, it will walk you through emails, phone calls, text messages, everything else. So it's pretty convenient, and it doesn't have to be. You don't have to drag it out of the screen to actually see your missed events. It'll pop up on its own, as I mentioned. One of the online widgets is the AccuWeather. It lets you add multiple cities. You can set the update interval. You can update it manually, whatever you want. Essentially, quick access to probably one of the top features that you want from accessing the internet, what the weather is. There are other online widgets like the Yahoo Stock. You can add various stocks and it'll just scroll throughout the day. Once again, it can update itself or you can update it manually. Just saves you time through browsing and using your browser to obtain very basic information that you don't really need to spend a lot of time and energy on. One of the greatest things about this device is its multimedia capability. In addition to the 5-megapixel camera, it has an application called SharePics that lets you share your pictures that you took with a social network with just a couple of clicks. I'm going to show you how that works in just a minute.
Can you show us a green positive stock for a second? That would be much more encouraging.
I didn't want to set expectations too high. Sorry. Alright, so you see the camera. The camera, in addition to being 5 megapixel, it actually has a lot of features that you would see in a more professional camera or a standalone camera, not a selfie camera. For example, you can, in addition to smile mode, it's got, you can actually set up the ISO to, various settings, so you can take pictures in various lighting conditions from manual control. I mean, they all have automatic, white balance feedback, but not a lot of phone cameras give people the option to set ISO, darkness, and things like that. Just a brief walkthrough through the features that it has, just because I was personally impressed with it. Timer quality, white balance, focus effect. As I said, these are all manual. And in addition to that, you have a lot of different scenes set up. So for example, the portrait mode, as soon as you focus on the face and press the button, it'll focus and then take the picture of the face because it's looking for the face. This camera has facial recognition, as was mentioned, as well as smile recognition. Paul, smile for me. It sees the face, and let's say that's a smile.
Well, it's good you showed my stock portfolio. It's the best thing I'm going to do.
Okay, so this button right here, or this little drawn button, you can tap it and you get various options on how to share the media. So you can MMS it, email it, send it over Bluetooth to another device, or you can use web. Now web is taking you to the SharePics application. SharePics is homegrown. It's a Samsung developed application, and it gives us the advantage of making multiple access points to this app. So you can access this application after taking a picture, or you can go to from programs, start menu programs, or you can even use a widget, which is just a shortcut that will also let you get in here. So I've already signed into Facebook. It uses kind of a next generation password storing technology. It's auth cert. Essentially, it keeps a secure token on the device. It does not remember your password or username, which is kind of good for the privacy and security-minded people, individuals and everything. So I already logged into Facebook, as I mentioned. I'm just going to tap it. It already knows what I'm going to do because I came here from the camera, so it's essentially context sensitive. And while I'm typing things up, I want to show you the keyboards that are available on this device. Now, this device comes with, the regular Microsoft keyboard, which is, I'm sure you've all seen it. This keyboard, personal preference. There's also sort of an enhanced Samsung keyboard that gives you essentially the same keys, but they're bigger. They're much easier to use with your fingers. Now, worthy of note, this QWERTY keyboard is available throughout the device. So any application can use the keyboard in landscape mode. And having having said that, any application can switch between landscape and portrait mode. It's not specific to the browser or any other one application. I'm going to make a title that makes absolutely no sense. And I'll move on to the next step, the album. Now, anyone who uses Facebook or any other social networking site knows that you can create multiple albums because the age of having 5 pictures and having one folder for all of them is long gone. So I have created a folder called Omnia. It's really easy to create. Now the reason it knows that the Omnia folder exists, or directory exists, is as soon as you launch the application, it queries the server to get the most up-to-date list of albums. So I'm going to click Omnia, I'm going to click Upload. You can see the add files soft key here. I could have added more files. Let's just do this one. Now, this application uses JPEG compression technology. Now, you have options to either upload your image in the original resolution, or you can actually choose to resize it to a smaller resolution. So, data plan sensitive people are people who don't want to wait to upload a 1.5 megabyte picture just because this camera can take one. It's an option. And it always gives you upload details to let you know that all of the pictures, in which case there's only one, have been accepted by the server and successfully uploaded. Now, another application that is related to the camera is the video editor. It's a third-party app. It just comes preloaded on the device. This application it's pretty cool. It lets you edit the videos that people actually take, or it lets you create a video from the various photos that you've taken previously. I'm going to make a really quick, nonsensical movie. So if you want to make a movie out of your photos, obviously you need access to the photos that you have. So you can select whichever photos that you want to be in there. This is essentially a complicated slideshow. Let's add just one more to show off a couple of effects. Now, by pressing this, you can add various transition elements. There's a few available. Let's just choose this one. And you can select the time interval that the transition would take. So, it's a fairly simple program, but it does have fairly advanced features just to let you customize what the final result will look like. And it even lets you add text, and you can also add soundtrack, so to speak. So the soundtrack is pretty cool. It rips it from music files as well as from videos. So let's see. I can demonstrate it further. Insert, click on sound, which is this button right here. And then here we'll access the list of multimedia files available. Let's say show, and it plays a sample of what it sounds like. So you can select the length and everything else of the soundtrack. And if we preview, you're going to see that it does the transition from one to the other. Let me do one thing. It's easy to do a transition between identical images, So let's make this one. Let's apply a filter to this one. Preview now, it actually looks like we did something really, really simple with a simple transition, but the point is still there. This video editor lets you edit videos that you've taken on the device, or it lets you just play together to video photos and make them seem more attractive. One of the other exciting for me features on this phone is the optical capture, so the OCR technology. It has 2 modes. You can either add information from a business card, or you can add information from a page of text. With a page of text, it grabs the text and it saves it in a TXT format, so you can actually work with the text. The recognition is pretty good. I did it on, I think, font 8 last night, and it gave me a full page of text that was actually legible and made sense. But what I'll show you is the business card scanner, because the business card scanner lets you add the person whose business card you just scanned to the contact list with just one click. Just locate the application. It's called the Smart Reader. Okay. And I have a business card kind of prepared for me by Jennifer. So put it down. It has, let me select the mode for a business card. So it tells you to set the business card inside the frame line, which is what I'm going to do. All I need to do is just hold it. Let's hold the shadow of my hand doesn't mess with the recognition. It's pretty fast, actually. And you go through a verification process for the information that was just scanned. So let's see, this looks pretty good. Public Relations Corporate. Okay, let's click on that. So what you're going to get is you're going to get the image that this text was extracted from. So you can easily make a correction at a later point without guessing whether it's correct or not. Sometimes the font on the business card is a little confusing for the automatic recognition. So I've set this contact. This phone has a couple of features that are pretty minor, but seem to be pretty useful. For example, it has a flashlight mode. It comes with a flash, and if you hold down the volume down key for about a second, it actually turns the flash on. Which is, I think we've all, or most of us have used these phones as flashlights at one point or another. It's nice to have an actual flashlight, which works much better than the, pressing buttons while it times out on every few seconds. Now, I'm not going to do the PowerPoint demonstration. I think you'll just take my word that I can display PowerPoint and it'll show it on TV. I'd rather show you DLNA functionality. Now, what I have is I have the Samsung TV here that supports DLNA. I have a wireless router hooked up to it. So first, I'll show you how to connect to the wireless router with one step as per